What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce, and today is April 6th of 2022. It is New Comic Book Day. That means you guys are out picking up your new comic books, and if you guys are on Long Island right now, you guys are having a crappy day, just like me. It is cold, it is raining, I am done with this weather. When is it going to be warm, everyone? I guess it's April, I can't complain too much. Alright guys, let me grab my coffee and get upstairs so that way we can get today's video started. Alright guys, we are upstairs and it's time to get today's video started. And what is today's video? Well, it's Wednesday and that means it's time for another comic book speculation recommendation. The video where I look up into the future at Final Order Cutoff and New Comic Book Day. But why do I do this? I do this so that way you guys have enough time to put in your pre-orders for your Final Order Cutoff books, but also to have enough time to reach out to your local LCS and tell them, hey, I was watching Bruce and Stephanie Comics comic book speculation and recommendations video. I like what he had to say, and I did my own research, and I would like to pick up a couple extra copies of these books because I would like to start to make this hobby fun itself. Now, before we go any further in today's video, I need to give you guys my 2 weekly reminders. These are the same every single week, and the first one will always be, you guys have to do your own research. This is the best and biggest reminder that I have for you guys every single week, because I am human. I'm gonna make some educated guesses, because that's what speculating is, on what I think is going to be some good speculation. But what you guys need to do is go check out the comic book YouTubers you trust, go check out the comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible, so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself, because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. Not my money, your money. And my second and final reminder that I have for you guys is that sometimes a book will be delayed for one reason or another, so it will show up multiple times on Final Order Cutoff and multiple times on New Comic Book Day because its release date got pushed back for one reason or another. I'm repeating myself. Alright guys, let's jump into today's Final Order Cutoff speculation. Alright guys, we're going to cover every single book that has speculation coming out on this week's Final Order Cutoff, which is April 10th for your DC and Scout books, and April 11th for your Marvel and all the other indie publishers. And just in case you guys are new to the channel, in my Final Order Cutoff spec, I cover every single book on Final Order Cutoff that has speculation because I have not been able to find a single list out there on any website that covers all the books on Final Order Cutoff that has speculation. So I put this list together for you guys, so let's not waste any more time and jump into my cover lover picks. That's right guys, I start off every single list with my cover lover picks. These are books that I think might do well on the secondary market based on the cover art alone. And I only have one cover lover pick this week. It's always sad when there's only one or two. I like when there's a lot of amazing covers out there. But guys, my one cover lover pick for this week is Batman number 123, the D cover, which is the 1 in 50 Jock foil variant. And yes, this might be a book that I'm choosing because I am a big Batman fan. I am a big Jock fan. I love foils. It's like a trifecta of a book for me. But I also know there's a lot of other big Batman fans out there that would like this book. So that's why I am putting it on my cover lover section. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you think this book will do well on the secondary market, either right out of the gate or in the future. Alright guys, let's jump into all the books that have speculation on this week's Final Order Cutoff. Alright guys, there are a lot of books on this list. Let's not waste any more time and dive right in. The first book up is Batman Beyond New Year number 2. This is the first team appearance of the Gestalt, 3 villains of Batman Beyond who possibly might cameo in issue number 1. Next up, Batman Killing Time number 3 of 6, the first full appearance of The Help, a character reminiscent of when Alfred became a villain, named the Outsider in Detective Comics number 356, all the way back in 1966. Next up, Batman Urban Legends number 15. This solicitation references a new Birds of Prey. Next up, Danger Street number 1. This is a 12-issue crime drama named after the characters introduced in first issue special number 6 and features characters spotlighted throughout the 1975 first issue special series. In this series, Starman, Metamorpho, and Warlord summon Darkseid to challenge the new god in battle in an effort to pledge for membership to the Justice League. Next up, Flashpoint Beyond number 2. This solicitation states a new, twisted version of an iconic Batman villain is born. Next up, Jurassic League number 1. I'm so excited for this book. 6-issue limited series that reimagines the Justice League as dinosaurs battling against Darkseid. I am over the moon over this book. I am so excited. This is written by Darren Warren Johnson, and he is amazing. Next up, Nubia Coronation Special #1. This is the origin of Nubia. Next up, Task Force Z #7. This was a book that was on last week, but it's been delayed, I guess. And in this book, we have a new Task Force Z roster with Solomon Grundy, Victor Zsasz, Madame Crow, and Copperhead. Next up, Gambit #1 of 5. And in this book, we have the origin of Gambit, specifically his path to becoming an X-Men while teamed up with Storm. Next up, Iron Man #20. Tony Stark proposes to Patsy Walker. Is this book going to hold value in the long term? I don't know. Next up, King Conan #5 of 6. This is the origin of Thoth Amon. Next up, Spider-Man 2099 Exodus #1. This is the first appearance of Winter Soldier 2099, aka Winter Soldier #13, and the cover art depicts 2 versions of the Winter Soldier. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #128. This has the first full appearance of Venus. I said it was 127, but I guess that was more of a cameo or just a cover appearance on the B cover. This also has the first appearance of Deadly New Villains Frankenstein Turtles seen in cameo at the end of issue #127. I'm really excited for this. Next up, Twig #5. This is a 5-issue series inspired by Jim Smith's Bone and films Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. Again, another book that I'm really excited about. It's also written by Scotty Young, so I'm really looking forward to this book. Last but not least, this is Miles Morales #3 of 5. This is the alternate reality story where Miles Morales becomes the gamma-irradiated Hulk. So those are all the books on this upcoming Final Order cutoff that have speculation. Now let me review this list one more time, and I'll get back to you guys with my Final Order cutoff spec pick. Alright guys, after reviewing the list one more time, there really wasn't anything that was super duper strong. And then I looked a little harder and I found one book that I think you guys will agree with me that is some pretty good spec, especially long-term spec, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #128, the first full appearance of Venus, a new female turtle being introduced into the comic. Now this isn't her first world appearance. Her first appearance was a live-action TV series back, I believe, in 1997, in that general area. I'll put the date and a little image of it right up here. But guys, this is a new turtle. They're introducing her into the comic. Now, if we look back at Jenica's first appearance, that book is going for about $100. Now, that came out a little while ago, so it's had some time to gestate and grow to that $100 mark. So I think this book might start out slowly, but in the future, a new female turtle that's kind of like a Frankenstein, that is really cool. And in the future, I think this book will do really well. So make sure you guys pre-order your copies of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #128. The cover A is amazing. They haven't released the cover art for the Eastman cover yet, but if you look at his B cover for #127, I can see Eastman knocking it out of the park on that B cover, so don't sleep on that. And also, the 1 in 10 cover is also really cool. It doesn't feature Venus, but this cover is really cool as well. So guys, that is my spec pick for this week. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #128. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you agree with me. If there's another book that you thought had stronger spec, because I know Marvel spec is the best spec. Come on, guys. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In the long term, I can see this book doing really, really well. Alright guys, with our Final Order cutoff spec out of the way, it is time to jump into our new comic book day spec picks. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys, if you guys do not have the Key Collector app, now is your time to download the Key Collector app and pay for the subscription, so that way you guys have access to the future key section. It makes your new comic book day specking so easy. They will look off way into the future and start putting together lists weeks and weeks in advance, so that way you guys can always stay up to know. And this is also how I do my Final Order cutoff spec list, and also how I pick my new comic book day spec picks. It makes this part of the video super easy, because I can just go to the list, and in next week's new comic book day, there are 14 books that they think has speculation. There's only one cover and one book that I think you guys might want to consider for speculation, but let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into my new comic book day spec picks for April 13th of 2022. Like always, we're going to kick this list off with our cover lover pick for this week. That's right, there's only one cover that I really like that I think you guys might want to consider for speculation, and that is Elektra #100, the 1 in 25 Jen Bartel variant cover. This cover is gorgeous. It's Jen Bartel. It's Elektra. There's nothing more that you guys need to know. This cover is going to do well, in my opinion, on the secondary market. If you guys can score this, especially for the ratio price, which is $25, I think you guys will be able to flip it, at least for double ratio. But guys, let me know down in the comments. Do you think this Elektra 100 will do well on the secondary market, or am I blowing smoke up your guys' butt? Guys, let me know down in the comments. Alright guys, now it is time to talk about my spec pick for this upcoming new comic book day, which again is April 13th of 2022. This was hard. Going over the books of the Key Collector app that had speculation, there was nothing that was super duper strong. But there is one book that I think you guys might want to consider, and that is because of the writer. The writer on this book has had big hits in the past. Just think Something is Killing the Children, Department of Truth, Nice House on the Lake. All these books have done well on the secondary market, especially right out of the gate. So that's why I'm going to ask you guys to look at Sandman Universe Nightmare Country #1. This is the first appearance of Agony, the first appearance of Ecstasy. At least that's what Key Collector says. But they also mentioned this. The press release from DC mentions that these are new characters, but a sibling duo named Agony and Ecstasy were introduced in Hellblazer #1. So these might not actually be first appearances, but if this story is really good right out of the gate, this could be a good book to pick up, especially though, this is a big caveat, if the Sandman series on Netflix pops off. If that pops off and this story is really, really good, and possibly if these two characters are first appearances, we could look at a good book to spec on. But if that Sandman show sucks and these aren't first appearances, this is not a good book to spec on. But guys, that's why I'm saying speculation is educated guesses. But I'm speculating that James Tynion is going to write a good story. I'm also speculating on that the Sandman TV show is going to be good. I know Neil Gaiman was heavily involved in the creation of that series, but I think if the TV show is good and this story is actually written really well, like James Tynion can, again, Something is Killing Children, Department of Truth, Nice House on the Lake, those are all really good books. I think this series could take off. But guys, again, this is where speculation comes in. Do your homework. Make a decision for yourself. Alright guys, that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My big spec picks were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #128, the first full appearance of Venus, a new female turtle. And also Sandman Universe Nightmare Country #1. And again, this is speculation, guys. You have to do your own research. You have to do your own research. If you believe everything I say, you're crazy. You're crazy. And don't be crazy. Do your own research. And if you guys don't agree with me, guys, let me know down in the comments. Leave a comment. I love interacting with you guys. It might take me a few days to respond to your comments, but I will always respond to you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are not subscribed, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Thanks to everyone who helped me get to 2,000 subscribers. You guys are incredible. I appreciate every one of you guys so much. Stephanie does too. We will pull our 2,000 subscriber giveaways winners soon-ish. I don't know. Stephanie's traveling next week. We're super busy this week leading up to her traveling for next week. So it might be a few weeks before we pull those winners. But guys, it doesn't matter. It's a free prize. It's going to come to one of you guys soon enough. All right, guys. I will not have a video this Friday. This is the last piece of news before I tune off. I will not have a video for you guys on Friday. My best friend's coming in town. It's a super busy week. I just not going to do it. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Catch some baseball. Baseball starts this Thursday. The Red Sox-Yankee game, which I'm most looking forward to because I'm a big Red Sox fan. Already it rained out for Thursday, but it's happening on Friday. So my best friend comes a little early. We get to go to a bar. We get to watch some Red Sox-Yankee. Red Sox beat the Yankees, hopefully. But guys, enjoy some baseball. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you on Monday for my must-have pickups. And thank you to all my channel members. The next 10 seconds is all about you guys. All right, guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.